Recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios Brisbane on 102.1 FM and broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Z Games.
With 10 years experience and over 500 episodes, Z Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out? Message us on Facebook at ZEVGamesAU.
You're listening to Z Games, and g'day cheekies, it's Millie back in the director's chair. How y'all doing? And I am in studio with
Evie.
Will.
Rani.
Yes, the crew's all here, and I've just met Will today, and I love him.
Oh,
he is good value.
I love you too.
He is good value. So, today, it's a pretty exciting day. It's hot, as usual, in Queensland. We're all on fire, just a little bit, just a little touch on fire. But Will today is discussing They Breathe, and I'm bringing you some good old-fashioned God of Lore. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? Stolen from Evie. Don't at me. Don't at me. So, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? What have you been playing? Tell me before I start the news.
I've been playing a lot of Borderlands 3 actually.
Yeet. You been enjoying it?
Very sultry yeet.
Sorry.
It's Yeet. Yeah. Borderlands 3. Oh.
Yeet. It's my radio voice. Shush. What have you been playing, Will?
I've been playing They Breathe. I'll be talking about it later. It's so good.
Ooh,
yes.
I'm ready. And what about you, Rani? What have you been doing?
I haven't been at home, so I haven't been
true.
playing much. I have made my way through Pokemon.
I'm proud of you. I'm so proud.
I did that in
about
like
it.
3 days.
I need to get that
binged
game.
it.
I was too busy doing things out in the wilderness. I don't know.
Hey, that's basically Pokemon.
Exactly.
Just go catch a squirrel.
I was just making it.
Squirrels
making it
don't live here, Will.
Sorry, wrong country. Australia. Possum. Go catch a possum.
Yeah, there you
Sorry,
go.
Yes,
there you go. Go catch a possum, and it might not give you rabies.
Hopefully.
Good luck trying to catch a squirrel. Just
good
send
luck.
people out to catch squirrels. I'm very
They'll
disappointed.
just come back with a wombat. Is this a squirrel?
You
No.
need a brush-tail possum, I think, is the closest you're going to get to a squirrel.
Yeah, but
It's
they're
got that fluffy
massive.
tail. Yeah.
Not an ibis.
They're just like, don't
Or,
touch me.
maybe,
Ibises are beautiful. Do not bring them into this.
maybe
I'm just saying you could catch one.
you could
Some-
get
You
like
could. I
a
want
sugar
one.
glider, maybe.
Oh, a sugar glider. Yeah, that's close.
Or a
That's
flying
close.
fox.
Never seen either of them in the wild.
Neither, no, because they're all gone due to the fires.
I
Oh,
did.
ooh.
Oh. Well, I was about to say, I did, however, over New Year's and Christmas, I went down to Tasmania and I saw an echidna in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So excited.
Fun story about an echidna. I drove all the way to Winton, which is in the middle of nowhere in Queensland. It's like northwest from here. And on our drive, we were coming up and I was like, what is that in the middle of the road? Because there's nothing on the roads, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is that a wombat? As we're getting closer, you can see that it's spiky. And I was like, oh my god, it's an echidna.
So exciting.
So we get back to Brisbane after our time up in Winton. And I'm merging onto the M1 and there's an echidna in the middle of the road. And I was like, what? Why is there an echidna here? Like, it followed me from Winton.
Aww. Cute. That would have taken forever.
Bless.
Yeah, it definitely was
wasn't
not
the same.
Not the same.
I've only seen echidnas twice in the wild. Recently,
Same.
and like, I think maybe when I was 10 or 11, in Tasmania as well. I've
In
never seen,
Tasmania, yes.
as the Tasmanians would say, it'd be like, oh yeah, not on the mainland. Yeah, the rest of Australia's the mainland.
Oh,
apparently.
bless Tassie. God bless them down there.
Yes.
All right, so let's give us a little listen into the week in gaming news, and we'll be back to discuss it soon.
This week in gaming news, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company have revealed their new cloud storage app called Pokemon Home, which is set to release in February this year. Pokemon Home will allow players to store and manage their Pokemon collection from Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, and Pokemon Bank. They also announced an expansion pass to Sword and Shield later in the year, as well as Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. The expansion pass will add over 200 Pokemon from previous generations. Free updates are set to go live the day of each release, and players with the Pokemon Home app will be able to trade Pokemon across platforms. 19 EB game stores across the country are set to shut down over the next few weeks after an email confirming the closures was sent out to EB Games members. The game's icon, which is owned by GameStop, has been suffering from serious profit loss due to the rapidly changing retail landscape. In January 2018, making $18 million to just $5 million in July. With many people purchasing online, it's hard to compete. With 19 stores closing, there will be sales from 20 to 60% off. Some of those stores closing in Queensland are Inala, Bribie Island, Underwood, Cleveland, and Lutwyche. If you'd like to see the full list, check out the link on the Z Games Facebook page at ZEDGamesAU. Overwatch and Apex Legends players are reaching out to developers Blizzard and Respawn to create cosmetic skins to help raise funds for the Australian bushfire relief. Players are asking on Reddit for charity skins players can purchase to donate to organisations fighting the fires. The original post has over 64,000 upvotes. This isn't the first time communities have tried to encourage support for valuable causes. Blizzard created charity skins in the past for Breast Cancer Foundation, raising over $12 million back in 2018. And Apex Legends raised money for the relief effort for Mozambique's flooding crisis after Cyclone Idai. So far, neither developer has responded to the suggestion. However, it is likely something to help contribute might be done. An indie developer from New South Wales, Jez Kobanoff, is also raising money and awareness for Australia's devastated wildlife. They have developed a game called Bushfire Rescue Tactics, which is a short game designed to raise funds for New South Wales Wildlife Information, Rescue and Education Service. The game allows players to control a collection of native animals with unique abilities to help them navigate a 2D map to help search for survivors, save homes, and fight back against the flames. Bushfire Rescue Tactics is available on itch.io. You can click on the link on the Z Games Facebook page to play and donate. The gaming community is doing all that it can to help those affected by the bushfires. That's all this week in gaming news.
And welcome back. Oh, that was a bit husky. Sorry, guys. So what do you think about the gaming devs out there trying to support the bushfires? I think that's great.
I mean, it's really nice. Being a part of the community as well, it's just like, we got to do our part. Help
Absolutely.
out.
I think it's awesome to see how many communities have come forward to do something like that. It's really touching.
So good.
Because it is affecting lots of people, like... bands are cancelling tours. Like, it's just, it's sad.
It's very sad.
I know that plenty of artists are struggling because, like, a lot of gigs that people go to, especially if you're a cover duo, you end up in rural places in order to make money. I mean, my partner couldn't even go out to Ipswich, I think, before the holidays.
No.
Because it was a cancellation because of fires. So, you know, that's entertainment and music industry, as well as, like, I think it's really admirable that people are willing to try and get, you know, like Blizzard and Respawn to be like, make skins, come on, do something to help the community, do something.
Like, you've done it before.
We just got a subscriber.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tack så mycket.
Something about sandwiches, was that?
Yes, sandwiches. Yeah,
I love sandwiches.
I think it's cool that the players as well, like when they're demanding things like skins and stuff to help out with these, we kind of show the power that we have towards the community. Like, because there's a bunch of things we don't like, and this is a good opportunity to show, like, hey, if we push for good things, the dev is also going to want to do, like, fix the bad things.
Yeah.
So, like, get your voice out there, talk with your wallets, or what they say.
I might actually sign back into my Blizzard account just to get those
they
skins,
do that.
If they're going to make a skin, though, you know, how tasteful would they have to be? Because, like, they've got, one Australian character, which is Junkrat.
Yeah.
So,
and
like,
he's on fire.
Yeah, he's already on fire.
It's probably not a good idea.
So maybe you just, like, make something completely centered around
like
Junkrat,
a possum?
even more.
I mean,
Junkrat, that would be cute.
Hey, copyrighted idea, Fireman Rugrat.
They
Rugrat.
don't have a Fireman May.
They do have a fireman.
So I don't think they could do a firefighter.
I think what would be cool is I saw a drag queen recently. Her name's Ruby Slippers, and she did a fundraiser for it. And she dressed up as a koala, sort of like in a dress. So I reckon they could do a Mercy skin with like the full grey fur and the ears.
I would absolutely sign back into Overwatch to do that.
Diva Mech is a fire truck.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
That's amazing. And she just shoots water.
Because that's covering 2 games as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Also, I can just see how you could like have bubbles involved somehow.
Oh, absolutely.
And like maybe like it's a fire truck mech and Diva dressed as a koala.
Yes.
This is the production meeting that they should
Yes.
have at Blizzard.
They need us here, us Aussies.
Do it,
Hire
Blizzard.
us.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
They
Think
need
of-
us here.
Think about the memes.
Oh,
Think about the
Oh,
memes.
there's so many memes.
Everybody would love it. Everybody loves a cute little diva.
Oh yeah, there'll be so many like
Just a cute
e-girls
diva.
like cosplaying that.
Yes.
I will
Yes.
do it. That's fine.
Yeah, you will.
I'm not
I will
gonna-
too.
Yeah.
We'll all just show up one day as koala divas. you
Yeah,
know, in our
everyone
fire
loves a
trucks.
chunky
and I
diva.
will try and make a mech out of like a cardboard box or something.
Oh,
I
we
don't
could
know.
totally do it.
Yeah.
Will's the
I
mech.
believe-
Yeah, I'll be the mech. Yeah, sure.
He's
yeah.
the mech.
I'll be
We'll
the
just
mech.
climb on him and be like,
Like actual drop bears.
yeah, like
Oh my
actual drop
God.
bears.
Oh yeah, and then when she ejects from the diva bomb, it'd be like a drop bear.
Oh my no!
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, amazing.
If I can plug game devs a little bit, currently on Twitter you have the hashtag game devs for Fireys. Go check that
Ooh.
out. There's a bunch of like auctions and free giveaways and stuff,
fantastic.
so you can help out the community and maybe get some cool stuff back for it.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yes, please do. Please check it out. We
You
need
have to
all
give
the
me the
help we
link so I
can.
can put it on the Facebook page.
I will.
It'll be on our
Excellent.
Facebook page tonight.
Yes.
Please give Australia all the help you can. We do need it. On happier news, Pokemon expansion.
Oh, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I'm gonna be there. But I think I'm more excited for Animal Crossing.
So am I.
I was explaining that I would probably push over a small child to get to it,
Me too.
and I'm gonna have to do that.
I will
actually.
support you in that advantageous event.
It is probably the only 2 games that I'm looking forward to, but I won't be able to play because sad student money doesn't pay for Switches.
Oh yeah,
mood.
look, that's fair. That's true.
That's such a
we've
hefty
all
I
been
will
mood.
lend
there.
it to you, but no.
Yeah, but no.
I basically live at your place. I'll steal your Switch. Just find me in a...
He lives down the road. He'll just be like, give me your Switch.
Standing at the bottom of like the complex, looking up at me, going, "I'm gonna get that of you."
Just climbing up the balcony. Give me the Switch.
You're just going to find me on your couch playing Animal Crossing. Like, Will, what are you doing here? It's 4 a.m. in the morning.
And it's
Get
also
out.
because it's got my card details saved on it. It just buys it on my.
Yeah.
Great.
He'll just hiss at you at 4 a.m.
Yes.
Playing Animal Crossing, leave me alone.
Great. Exciting.
Well, that was fantastic news, other than EB Games closing and the fires and everything. But, you
Yeah.
know, it was good to, update ourselves on what happened this week.
The good thing is, there is rain coming.
Yes.
There's lots of rain coming.
And
so,
there
on a
was rain
positive note.
today.
There was rain today.
Nice
It
and
was
cooling.
so nice.
I know. As soon as it, actually buckets down with rain,
Yeah.
I'm just going to run outside naked. Like,
As long
just like,
as long as it's rain and not, as long as it's rain and not storms, because storms bring their own
Problems.
risks with them.
I mean, fair, but
Flooding.
sometimes if it's just,
Lightning,
flooding.
starting new fires.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm.
Good
That's
point.
their biggest worry.
We
right
just
now.
need heavy rain without the damage,
And
please.
yeah, heavy rain, no consequences.
Because I looked it
It's
up,
very
and
specific
I think at this time last year we were flooded. Brisbane was flooded.
Classic.
Yeah, so can you rain but not rain hard? We have a river. Thank you. Thank you, upper being who's controlling this right now. Thank you. All right, let's swing this over to Will, who's going to introduce us to They Breathe.
They Breathe. Oh, it's a game very close to my heart. It's actually a little indie game and a game from my school that I'm currently going to. It's just €3 on Steam. Game you're going to want to check out after this.
€3. So
How
what,
much
like
is-
$5
Yeah,
Aussie
what
dollars?
is that?
Aussie
Maybe
dollars.
$5 Aussie
The point is, it's cheap. You're going to want to try it.
Love it.
Anyway, I just want to jump straight into the narrative of the game. So the game is They Breathe, and you play as a little frog. Starting off, you're sitting on a log, chilling. Looks kind of like floodwater. It's
Love
just a
it.
bunch of like sticks and stuff everywhere. And you do as frogs do. You jump in the water and start swimming around. And you pretty quickly find out you can eat bubbles to get oxygen. You can basically stay underwater as long as you want. And you're just relaxing around, swimming, living the frog life when you hear like a ominous
Frog life.
the frog life.
Rabbit.
And you just-
Straight out of the pond.
yeah.
It's just like doing gang signs.
Yes.
This is my creek. Sorry.
Yeah, nice.
We're ruining your review.
No, it's beautiful. I love this. Anyhow,
My crib.
this is my crib, yo.
My crib creek.
Well, anyhow, you're swimming around, just doing your gang frog stuff,
You're making it worse now. Rabbit.
Oh, I won't go on. I can go on tangent, but I won't.
Are you
Anyhow.
rabbit to meet your doom?
Just make that whole part interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyhow,
Gangster frogs.
go,
Go, Will, go.
going on. Whew,
Okay.
pushing through it.
Woo.
When all of a suddenly you hear like this really ominous like not voice but sound coming from the depth of what you think is like a lake. Like it looks like a lake with just a bunch of debris in it. So you start swimming down and you're like looking around, and then all of a sudden you find a little frog buddy, another frog floating up. He can't breathe. It's like it's getting darker. He can't breathe, and you have to push him into the air bubbles to save him. And you keep going down, and eventually you get attacked by a jelly moose. Yes, a jelly moose. What is that, you might ask?
It's quite strange to
weird.
look at.
Show me.
I
Well,
can
can explain it.
Yeah, how would
Yeah.
you describe it, Will?
So how I would explain it is, think of a jellyfish,
Oh,
but
I've
it has
seen this.
it has a moose head. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this.
And then it has
They're
like for
little
tentacles.
amoebas,
For tentacles it has like moose feet.
Yeah, and the frogs are the heads.
Oh, you spoiled.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I won't spoil too much, but yes, it's upside down frogs as the head. So yes, they
I've
eat.
seen this game.
Yes,
when was
it's
it
amazing.
released?
It's amazing.
2014 it came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think a YouTuber actually streamed it.
Yeah, Markiplier,
Yeah, Markiplier, yeah.
streamed it. Game Grumps streamed it.
There you go.
Kotaku. It got a whole lot of traction, which makes me proud because they're from my city as well. The people who made it.
Fantastic.
But yeah, anyhow, so the whole narrative about the game is basically you trying to figure out why little frog buddies are floating up from the bottom of the lake, and eventually you'll find out it's not a lake. It's just a whole forest that has been flooded. Yes, and there's some crazy stuff that have happened there. And the game is really interesting because the mechanics and the gameplay really ties into the fact that if you have a place that is flooded, one of the rare things are going to be oxygen. Like you won't be able to breathe. And you get into this fight where you need oxygen to stay underwater, otherwise you'll die. Your frog buddies need water. No, they need oxygen. They don't need water. They need oxygen or they'll die. And the jelly moose also need oxygen or they die. So basically it's just like a hectic push around, pushing your frog buddies into bubbles, trying to avoid the jelly moose. And the really scary part about it all is the way you, so it's to say, take away the jelly moose or stop them from attacking you is basically drowning them. And listening to that sound was like, it was horrifying. It's like you really felt bad about the jelly moose, but in the same way you kind of had to take him out because you're a frogs for life.
Yeah.
Frogs before jelly moose.
My frog gang.
My
the
frog
Crib
gang.
Creek.
Yes. The Crib Creek.
Crib Creek.
Yeah,
Can't.
and that's also one of the talking about the sound of the game is really amazing like sound effects and music. So the music really like reminds you of like a calming kind of tune. It's not really scary, but then you mix that like really calming tune with some horrifying drowning animals.
That's
Real
fun.
charming.
Yes, and every now and then you'll get like the screams coming from below, which pushes you down to want to continue and find out what happens down there.
Yeah.
I remember playing it at school, at uni,
Yeah.
and they sort of use They Breathe as an example of using narrative to sort of and elements of surprise. Like
Yeah.
you think that you're just this frog who's like, oh, why do I have to swim down?
Yeah.
Shouldn't I swim up? And then these jelly moose come out, and
everything sort of slowly, piece by piece, everything clicks in, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah,
I've been, like, killing things, and I didn't mean to, and I've been trying to save myself, but there's a lot of morality that comes up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing with, like, having to choose between, like, saving your frog buddies, killing, basically, the jelly moose. It's kind of like, the devs are not forcing you to make a choice, but you're kind of always making a choice. And in the end of the game, if you save a frog buddy or not, it's going to be shown one way or another. So all of your non-choices or the things you decide to do has an impact on the game in the end.
Oh, I love that.
And yeah, as you mentioned, like, the game does really well with, like, telling the narrative through the gameplay itself, like making those choices. And also, I was a bit bad at explaining that, but the game kind of, like, goes down stage-wise, and as you go down, you encounter more frogs and you encounter more jelly moose, but you also have in the background a story being told.
Yeah.
So you can, like, see, like, how the environment transforms until you get to the bottom, and it's like, wow. Me not saving those frogs had an impact. Me killing all those jelly moose had an impact. And, like, just overall, the whole game experience, like, it's a little bit scary. It's not necessarily the type of game you would play for fun, even though it kind of shows that in its mechanics. But it is a game where you'll go out saying, wow, I enjoyed that experience. So definitely check it out.
Where can we get They Breathe?
They Breathe is available on Steam. It's the only way I think you can get it right now.
Is it on PC or?
Yes, on PC only. So yeah, on PC only, on Steam. About $5 Australian.
Because I was reading that it could get it on iOS and Android.
Ooh,
so
that's
I think that's
double
a
points.
quick sneaky look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can.
Yes,
they've done a lot of updates over the last. Few years.
They did They released it 2014, and I think 2016 or so. They made a remastered, which since I played the original one and I played the new one now, it's beautiful. Like everything just looks good, sounds good, really hits home. If anything, it's if you guys want to get it just to support indie studios and, like, show that these are the type of games you want and don't just want AAA shooters.
It is?
You can get it on Android.
Android.
I've got
Nice.
Android, which means you probably will be able to get it on iOS.
It's a little bit muddy about that, but yeah. No, if anything, just make sure to play with headphones.
Yeah.
And it will be an amazing
you gotta
experience.
The full horror of the sounds.
Yes.
Of things drowning.
Of things drowning.
We love this.
Jelly moose or jelly mooses?
Meese.
Yellow meese.
Meese.
Oh
Jelly
no, not that
Meeses.
again.
Oh, sorry.
Here we go.
I'll be quiet. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was really good. I really want to play that again, but because I can't, I'll just watch Markiplier play it and cry a little bit.
Yeah.
That's usually me with horror games. I'm like, I'll watch someone else play and skip over the jump scare. I'm here to discuss a bit of lore from our favourite game and favourite angry man, Kratos and God of War.
Here come spoilers.
Here come spoilers, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, so I've written at the top of this page, just spoiler. So if you get spoiled now, it's your fault.
You've been warned. Yeah.
You've been warned. So basically, at the end of the story, it's revealed that Atreus, who is Kratos' son, who you're dragging around with you the whole game, and who I hated most of the game, is named Loki by his mother. He shares several similarities with his counterpart from the Norse myths. Both of their mothers were named Laufey. On the mural in Jotunheim, Kratos' name is written as... I can't pronounce this. Sorry.
Oh, you might give it to Will.
Give it a go. Let me give it a go.
This one. This one right here. The one starting with
so if
F.
the Swede can do... The one that starts with F?
Yeah.
Farbauti.
Farbauti.
Something like that, I think.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't speak Norse.
Norse.
Close enough.
Farbauti, which is the name of Loki's father in the myths. And Atreus bears the name of something in Jotunheimen, which translates to Loki. Atreus is part Jotun, part god. Loki is also a Jotun who is also a god. After learning his godhood, Atreus asked his father if he could transform into any animal, such as a wolf. Loki, in mythology, is infamous for shapeshifting into various animals and other beings. Atreus. I called him Atreus the whole game.
Atreus.
Atreus. Okay. because he just calls him boy the whole game. So it's I just forget his name. So Atreus causes Baldur's death, and by breaking the spell with the mistletoe arrow shard. Loki causes Baldur's death by giving the blind dog whore. I didn't swear. A mistletoe arrow, then by tricking him into shooting Baldur. So they took inspiration from that.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Which is why where's her name? Freya freaks out so much because the mistletoe is literally part of the lore. So,
wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah, I know, right? Mimir says that Jormungand, there we go, sorry.
Got it, nailed it.
Jormungand somehow recognises Atreus. So he's the world serpent, I'm only going to say it once. He's the world serpent, the big massive snake that goes at you and blows out your TV speakers. So, the world serpent is the son of Loki in the myths. When Atreus confronts Mimir, saying it's impossible, Mimir replies that the serpent might have been talking about the future. Since it's said the clash between the world serpent and Thor during Ragnarok will also be so catastrophic that it will splinter Yggdrasil and send the world serpent back in time, before his own birth.
Right.
Welcome to Norse mythology, everyone goes back in time. Freya's comment about the serpent mysteriously appearing one day in the Lake of Nines seems to support this theory. A Jotar shrine confirms Jormungand is the son of Loki and Angrboda. So,
right.
Technically, the world serpent basically said, "Oh, hi, Dad."
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It went over my head until I looked this up. I was like, "Ooh." And as soon as it was revealed that Atreus is Loki, I was like, "Oh, I gotta look this up." So basically, Atreus being Loki brings up a lot of questions that will hopefully be answered in the next game. Kratos catches a glimpse. Wow, good night. Hang on. Catches a glimpse of a part of the mural Atreus doesn't see that seems to depict Kratos' death at the hands of his son. Knowing Atreus is Loki and knowing Loki's unsavory reputation makes this scenario seem a lot more likely.
So do you think... I'm like... Man, I want to know... I have questions for like the narrative writers, the narrative developers.
I know, me
about
too.
Specifically where their inspiration came from and how on the mark you are. Because if Atreus is Loki... that low-key changes everything.
It does.
Because, you know, old mate, bald, throwing things. What's his name?
Kratos,
that's it, yeah.
Yeah. He's imaginary.
Crater,
he's not...
that's it.
Crater. Yeah, he's actually not a real god in the Norse mythology or the Spartan mythology or anything. He's just created.
He's just... Here we are.
They made him as a character for this game, and he sort of became the god throughout these games by being a total prick.
Fantastic.
Kratos,
like most games, most male lead games.
Oh,
like, I'll get what I want in the end.
Yeah.
But if Loki, because essentially Atreus is following him throughout the game, and
being annoying.
Yeah, how I imagine, you know, any demon would be annoying.
He's a child.
But it's almost like he's unintentionally, unknowingly enabling the devil, so to speak.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is quite metaphorical, and I'd be interested to talk to the narrative designer, because that changes a lot of things.
It really does. Well, after I finished the game, the more I thought about how Atreus acts throughout the game, well, number one, he becomes just the most annoying poop head. Like, because once Kratos tells him that, you know, he's a god, he just becomes cocky. He becomes cocky,
right,
and starts to do things that he shouldn't do. He kills an unarmed man and everything like that. But it makes so much more sense that this sort of got to him, because that's how Loki is portrayed. Mm-hmm. Loki's portrayed as very headstrong. He's portrayed as just, I'm going to do this because I can, that sort of thing. It's only when when Atreus nearly dies and Kratos has to save him that he pulls his head in.
Yeah, well,
but even
like every child.
But even then, like, it's so clear that throughout the game, Atreus is just like picking up so much stuff so quickly that that's obviously he's a god, but it's just like like you're so quick and quick-witted and mischievous in that sort of way,
So,
like slinky.
devious and sneaky.
And he's so intelligent. That's the thing. So you're like, it makes so much more
I'm
sense now
excited
about
for the
how
next one
intelligent
now.
he is.
The next one will be interesting.
Because there's a secret ending. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. Secret ending if you go home at the end of the game and Kratos goes to bed. I love that, how that's part of it. Just go to bed. Atreus has a dream where Thor turns up at the door because you've killed his sons.
Oh.
So it's going to be like, probably at the next game, there's going to be a huge fight between Thor and Loki, which would be very interesting. Don't know how Disney will feel about
Big
that, but you
spoilers.
know.
It's very big spoilers. It's kind of weird as well. I mean, if it's Loki, I mean, it's going to be brothers fighting.
Technically.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I love Northern lore. It's just like, that person had babies with that person, but wait, they're like 50,000 years back. It's just like
It's a bit like
cluster
Greek.
bum. Yeah.
Greek mythology is not that far off.
Cluster bum, I love that.
Yeah, cluster bomb.
Cluster bum.
I'm going
Yes.
to be using that more often. But it's really interesting because they sort of, obviously because Kratos had to be woven into the narrative because he doesn't exist, how they're going to handle that. Because obviously, I think in this game, Thor and Loki, obviously, like, I don't think they're related at all.
No, yeah. They're like,
There's no relation whatsoever.
So-
because obviously, if there's time travel as well, so
We'll
but
see.
They could weave it in.
they could weave it in that, you know,
Through the web of time.
that it turns out that like his mama was like part Odin or something. I don't know.
Part Odin.
Odin did a lot of bad, naughty things.
he
Sounds
got
like
bored. He was around for a while.
Yeah, he was an old dude, you know. He had to go spend his time somewhere.
He did some
what
terrible
else are you
things
meant
to
to do?
Freya, though. So.
Well then there's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that really got me thinking. And when Millie starts thinking, she starts writing weird think pieces. So enjoy. I'm glad I brought some entertainment to you all
Well, worked
today.
out well.
Thank you. It's
Yeah,
really nice.
thanks for sharing that.
I'm already
you're
feeling
welcome.
like home, you know. It's like getting some Nordic mythology in here, you know.
With all of my
It's all
mispronunciation.
about him over here.
Swedes
Straight
are taking
white
over.
man.
Just bring us
Swedes,
straight
no,
white man.
Swedes are taking over. It's just how we do it.
And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye. Aww.
Goodbye, people.
Goodbye.
Hey,
We're going to say goodbye now. We love you. Thanks for listening. And bye.
Bye.
Want to listen to more Zed games? Check out our podcasts on Spotify or follow us on
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which is at ZEDGamesAU to get behind the scenes action.
sneak peeks into reviews, and of course, lots of memes.